Sarah.
Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
Good. Good. Alrighty, so let's just get started here. So I had you fill out this Canva form here.
Yeah.
We kind of went through and filled it out. Had you ever done one of these before?
I haven't.
No? Okay. So we kind of went through and checked all the boxes here and came to the conclusion that you're a moderate carry threat.
Okay.
So, and reason being, you really enjoy to sip on sugary drinks throughout the day.
Yeah.
You're not one that has a lot of cavities or restorations or anything like that. Actually, you don't have any cavities. So, it's kind of the dietary habits is kind of the reason being for that. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of talk to you about some ways to kind of combat that, okay?
Okay, sounds great.
All right, so let's get started here. So, have you ever heard of gum disease before?
A little bit, but yeah.
Okay. So gum disease is also known as periodontal disease. It's an infection of the gums here, the gums and bone, and it's caused by plaque. Plaque. Do you know what plaque is?
Yeah.
Kind of that
Stuff on
white,
your teeth.
sticky,
Yeah.
stuff that kind of adheres to your teeth.
Mm-hmm.
So plaque, it's constantly forming in your teeth, and it can build up if it's not removed through your daily cleaning, so your daily brushing and flossing and various things like that kind of can remove that. The bacteria in plaque, it produces toxins that can irritate your gums. So, and that's known as gingivitis. So, I'll kind of talk to you a little bit about that. I have this chart here that'll kind of help explain that. So, where you're at right now is you're at, this healthy level here. Your gums are nice and pink. There's no bleeding or anything. You don't have any bone loss. Your gums, they fit nice and tightly to your teeth. So that's really good. The thing that we don't want to see here is it progress onto this next level here known as gingivitis. So like I just kind of talked about, that plaque can have toxins and it can irritate your gum tissue, so it can make them swollen, bleed easily when you're just doing things like brushing or flossing. And there's no bone loss, so that's a good thing. It's reversible, so with good oral health care, you can reverse that. So that's a good thing.
And I don't want to get to that point.
No,
so.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Nope. And then, I won't go into it because you don't have it here, but there's, the next stage is periodontal disease here, and there's early, moderate, and advanced. So.
Okay.
Alrighty. Alright. Great. So I see you brought your meal summary report here, so we're just going to kind of go over that and just take a peek at that here. So overall, it looks like, you have a very well-balanced diet. In red here, I circled foods that contain sugars and things called hidden sugars. Do you know what hidden sugars are?
Not really.
Okay, so hidden sugar is kind of something that you would take a food that's not so obvious, like ice cream or candy. I see that you enjoy your Cadbury eggs here over Easter. In your ice cream bars, those are things that you would look at and, just know that those
I know
sugar
there's a lot of sugar in them.
Yep. But a food here, like I see that you enjoy sushi and you put soy sauce on it. So actually soy sauce has a lot of hidden sugar in it.
Oh my
So
gosh.
things like that. And even your coffee, you put creamer with your coffee. Coffee creamer has hidden sugars in it. Even bread have hidden sugars in it. So,
oh, wow.
Yep, the carbs, they turn into sugar. So there's, lots of foods like that people don't, naturally think that contain a lot of sugars have some hidden sugars in them. So I'm just going to talk about, what sugar, the effect that sugars can have on your teeth here. So do you know how a cavity is formed?
Kind of. I think that I know a lot of sugar is bad, but that's spot on.
Okay, sure. So cavities, they're the result of tooth decay. So it's an infection from certain kinds of bacteria. Like I talked about before, our mouths are filled with bacteria. Some of the bacteria is helpful and some of that bacteria is harmful, like plaque, that soft, sticky film that sits on your teeth. That's a film of bad bacteria. So whenever we eat or drink something that contains sugar, just a lot of these foods here, the bacteria from that plaque uses the sugars to form an acid. And the acid actually takes your healthy, susceptible tooth and starts to form decay on it. So as you can see in my little diagram here, you need 4 factors in order to form a cavity. You need your microorganisms, your karyogenic diet, your salivary factors, and tooth resistance. So that's kind of how a cavity is formed. It starts to, demineralize that enamel and soften it. So the good news is that we can actually remineralize those soft areas in the enamel. Remineralization is a process. It's a process that replaces the minerals in the tooth after demineralization has taken place. So doing things like using fluoride. Do you know what fluoride is?
Yeah, I think my toothpaste has fluoride.
Yeah, yep, exactly. So a lot of toothpaste contain fluoride. A lot of water actually has fluoride in it. Mouth rinses can contain fluoride, so fluoride is really a great thing. to build up those weak spots in the enamel. So at the end of your visit today here, you'll get a fluoride treatment. So
great.
yeah. So let's see here. All right. So now next we're going to go into we're just going to go over a couple things with your meal summary here. So I see that you have some erosion in your mouth here. So I'm just going to talk to you really briefly about that here. So our teeth can easily be destroyed by acid. Did you know that the acid can kind of wear away the enamel in your mouth?
Not really.
Okay, so it kind of it goes along with the pH. So we want the pH in our mouth to be at about a 7. So whenever that pH dips below a 5.5, the enamel on our teeth starts to dissolve. So I see that you really enjoy your glass of wine, which is perfectly fine. I do too. Wine is actually at a pH of 3.4, so that's fairly low. So pretty acidic. So I just want to discuss with you a couple things that you can do to kind of combat that. So anything acidic, foods, a lot of citrus fruits, things like that are very acidic. You want to eat them quickly, drink them quickly. You don't want to extend it over a long period of time. You don't want that, acidic to just, food or drink to just sit on your teeth for a very long time. And something you can do is you can rinse your mouth out after to flush away some of the acid. You don't want to brush your teeth right after. The abrasive nature of toothpaste can actually wear away some of that enamel matrix. So you want to just be conscious of that. And then another thing that you can do is you can chew sugar-free gum. So those are kind of some things you can do after you do enjoy your glass of wine. So you don't have to completely cut it out. Just moderation is the key for acidic foods and beverages. That's something to keep in mind.
I love gum, so that would be a good suggestion.
Oh,
and
great.
I always brush my teeth right after I have my glass of wine. It's really great to know that I should do that right away.
Yes, good.
Wait a little bit.
Good. I'm glad you are aware of that now. All right. So next, I just want to talk to you really briefly here about some foods here. So some foods to kind of eat or limit or skip, pertaining to your meal history here. Dairy products here, cheese. I know that you enjoy cheese or milk or things like that. The calcium actually neutralizes enamel and it actually destroys acids. So maybe even after you have your glass of wine, have a piece of cheese or something. So you can do that. And celery here, it's kind of a self-cleansing thing. Celery is great. It actually cleans in between your teeth. So maybe incorporate some of those crunchy foods, apples, celery, carrots, things like that are really great to eat and snack on. And then citrus fruits, that's something to limit. The acidic citrus fruit, it actually breaks down your enamel, kind of like we just discussed here. Sticky candy is something to kind of skip. I know you enjoy it in your ice cream, and it's fine in moderation, but if at all possible, just it's something. Just the sticky sugars, they stick to your teeth for extended periods of time. And then things like sweet potatoes and carrots, they're great to eat. They're high in vitamin A, and that actually promotes your enamel formation. And then, we just talked about your coffee and red wine. Just kind of, you don't have to cut it out or anything like that. You just have to be conscious of when you're consuming it. Maybe at mealtime versus sipping it throughout the day if that's possible. And then red peppers, they're great. They have vitamin C in it, and that promotes good gum health. And then another thing on here is sesame seeds. That's great to eat. The rough surfaces, that helps to clean out your teeth as well.
Sounds good. It sounds like I could take out less of the acidic grapefruits and stuff like that. Add more vegetables.
Yeah.
And carrots. I love those. So that would be a great suggestion.
Definitely. Well, that sounds great. Do you have any questions or anything about anything I kind of went over with you?
No, it sounds like I've been modifications to me.
All right. Well, great. Thank you, Sarah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.